Morning everybody. I'd like to welcome you to project Codename Trevor. This is a 1960 International B275 diesel tractor. Paid $1,000 for it locally and pretty happy with it, but it's got some issues. The easiest one to tell is that Trevor and a horse had a fight and the horse kicked the crap out of the tractor and unfortunately didn't survive, and neither did the tractor. So the tractor's been parked in the bush for the last little while and it's not real healthy. So we'll go for a walk and have a look and I'll tell you all about it. So the ID mark is here, model B275, serial number a bit hard to distinguish, but we'll get to the bottom of that eventually. Probably the easiest way to have a look at this thing is to go for a walk, see what we can see. So the first thing that stands out is we've clearly got a depressed tyre, as found in the bush. And the photo at the start is where we found it, in a cypress forest. It's seen better days. Overall, pretty rusty. It's a nice patina. Come around the front, you can see where the horse scored the grill. I do have a spare one of those over there that came with the tractor, plus some spare bonnet over there and some spare guards over there. Other things that stand out is the horse got the lights. Got a big set of spotlights to put on this tractor one day eventually. I'm not hugely worried about working in the dark. This tyre, while it does hold air, has some issues. If we come around this side, it's a bit hard to see in the light, so I'll try and line it up. You can see the tin work didn't survive the horse, and neither did the link arm for the steering. So we're going to have to get one of those made if I can't find one. Doesn't matter, we're all in lockdown, so there's plenty of time. Okay, so Trevor's bonnet's over there, that'll never go back on. Some of the things you'll see, and I will start this a bit later after we do an oil change, there's a huge issue with the radiator where the horse made contact. It's alright, I've got a spare one of those. Traditional old school International DPA injector. Some of the things we've had to do just to get it to run, to move. Had to replace a fuel line. As you can see, there's a few more to replace in there. All of the glow plugs, 3 out of the 4 have cracks in them. I've taken the glow plugs out to turn it over, and I'll jam that video in here at some point. So some other things that need replacing. The cover for the starter is clearly perished and gone. The wiring's pretty average and it's very brittle. We can get one of those. We get a new loom out of the UK for a few dollars. Probably needs a new temperature sensor because I haven't had the temperature gauge working yet. So there's a new few more dollars. This little bit down here, apologies, I have no idea what it's called. We'll call it a thing. Smokes vigorously when starting, so we'll have to get a new one of those, but I think I've got one in the shed. The air cleaner came off to get cleaned, and if I can work out how to do it, I'll stick a photo of how I found that in about here. moving around, you can see got a bit of a diesel leak. I think it's out of the O-ring on the fuel bowl, which we'll roll around here and have a bit of a look. It's a bit dirty. I have cleaned it, but might need a bit more work. You can also see that the horse modified the step. Have already slipped on that and hurt myself, so health and safety rule 1, don't stand on slippery diesel, you'll hurt yourself. The other thing that you can notice, if you look in here carefully, you see I've got a bit of an oil leak. I'm hoping that's just from the hydraulic filter, but once we get it cleaned up and running properly, we'll see where it's coming from. Continue the walk. Really good tyres. Wouldn't have bought this tractor if the tyres weren't this good. It's probably $1,000 worth of rubber hanging off it. They do need a little bit of air. It's the sports model with a sunroof. I'm going to fix that. Hang a solar panel off the top to keep the battery charged when I'm not using it. And I did miss the sports bucket seat. Unsure how I'm going to solve that, but I'm not going to be sitting on that a lot. Coming around to this side, or the back, let's call it the back, not the side. Everything's here. The 3-point linkages do work, go up and down. PTO works. Good tyre on the other side as well, but you can see the guards are a little average. Some rust issues, but like I said, I have a couple of other rusty issued guards that are slightly better. We'll have a look through the middle. Dashboard's all there. I am going to replace the little glow plug warmer upper thing. Again, apologies, don't know the name of that just yet, need to do some eBay. The amp gauge works, the tacho works, the temperature gauge doesn't, and the oil pressure gauge does, which leads me to the next challenge that we've identified after the horse. So one of the things we found when we went looking is when I wobble the steering wheel like this, you can see that the steering column's a bit loose. And if we come down under here, we have a look in. It's a bit difficult with the light. It looks like the actual steering mechanism might have some busted bolts up in there. So that's going to be a job just to get the tank off. Patina logo, very, very sexy. This is a diesel, not a Caro. Very happy about that. But the tank's going to have to come off to fix the steering. While I've got it off, I'll probably have a look at the wiring, make sure the wiring's all good, and I'll also check out the spare tank. I do have a second tank. Got given half a tractor for spare parts with this one, so not short on things to do. Coming around this side, this tyre obviously needs a bit of air. It's in good nick. So both tyres are in good shape. I could probably sell them locally and take the rest off for scrap, but why would you sell this when you could fix it and have some fun? Around this side, again, you can see the oil leaks in there somewhere. Hydraulic filter looks a bit average. I've also got to fix, if I stand in the way, there we go, got to fix the handbrake mechanism. That little piece of wire there either has stretched or is too long, so I'll fix that. Like I said, everything works so far. It'll probably break as soon as I get it going. I do need to find a proper sized battery. Spare parts wise, got a lot. Got lots of little fiddly things. On this side, got a bit of an oil leak, or a hydraulic leak, or a diesel leak. I'm not sure. It leaks, so we'll find out what that is. Generator makes a bit of noise. Had to fix this little wire here, and then the amp gauge started working. But we'll go for a walk, have a look at some spare parts, and then we might do an oil change and see if we can start this bad boy. Spare parts inventory. So I've got a guard for each side, a fuel tank with fuel bowl, banged up tin work from the horse. Do have another bonnet, slightly different. Have another grill, which is very exciting because it'll look great hanging on the wall. Haven't decided yet if I'm going to put this back together. And in the shed, here we go. So I got all of the badge work, which again probably won't put back on the tractor. Hang it on the wall. It's probably too rare, just a waste. So we'll go through this. Got a spare head. Some reconditioning required. I don't think I'll need it, but I might be able to get some parts off it. I'll pull the glow plugs out, see how they are, see if I've got any without cracks in them. And those little knobs are proving quite difficult to find. Got a spare starter motor. And again, all this stuff, unsure if it works or not. Spare starter motor, water pump, generator, spider nest, 3-point linkage bar, other parts of the 3-point linkage. Got a dash panel, which clean it up. Someone might want it, someone might want it as it is. I'm in Australia. If you want a dash panel, drop me a line. Don't think it came off this tractor. Looks like it's got too many gauges. Spare air cleaner, various pieces, spare fan, oil pump, I think, oil filter canister, battery tray, exhaust manifold, random tray full of pieces of treasure. Haven't gone through some of these yet, there's too much other things to go. Wiring loom, some assembly required. What else have we got? Got 2 drawbars, which is good because I need this tractor to pull things around with, because that's why you buy a tractor. And I also got the hydraulic pump and lines now, and a DPA pump as spare. It looks like the end's been taken off it, so whether or not it's any good, we'll soon find out. Righto, let's get set up. We might drop the oil out of this bad boy. Alrighty, let's see how black is black in this oil. Naturally, being 1960, everything is in Imperial, of which I don't have a lot. I'm going to need some more. Oh, plenty of water. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Have a look at that. Yeah, that's a bit gross. I'll show you the plug in a little while. We'll get this oil filter off next. It's just here. Oh, smells fantastic. Oh, here it comes. Yep, there it goes. That is definitely disgusting. Yeah, we might be letting this sit for a little while, just to, you know, drain the grossness. Alright, so I'll just see if I can position this. Slide this across a little bit. I haven't run this very much. Kind of glad at this point. So, bear with me here. I'll see if I can leave that there. You see the goop keep dripping. If you could smell this, you'd be excited like me. Okay, it does have a filter. Just wheel that in. And as you can see, pretty gross. So I'm going to move the plug. I'll show that to you shortly. Stand this upside down. Hopefully all that grossness will run away. Do have a new filter. Very happy about that at this point. So just bring this in and I'll give you a look. So that's the base at the top of the oil filter. Looks a bit yucky. And that's the inside of the oil filter. Seal's broken. And here is the plug. Alright, not quite the best cameraman in the world. So we're going to let that sit for about an hour and we'll come back. Okay, the oil plug. It's not too bad. Doesn't feel too gritty, but as you saw, there's plenty of slop fell out the bottom, so might give it a little while and drain it and put some fresh stuff in and then maybe drain it again. Alright, I'm going to brave the smell. Give this oil filter a little bit of a bath, some diesel, and see what we can find. Can you see down there? Let's have a look. See, I've still got the spring, I think, looking at it. It's definitely disgusting. So I'll give it a bit of a wash and then we'll take a closer look. Okay, wind's picking up, so I apologise if the sound's a bit ordinary. So that's what's left of the seal. So I've chosen the best of the three that were supplied. I got this set of filters from Wagga Tractor, no dramas at all. They're online. If you need something, have a look. So I'm going to reassemble this, put some oil in it, stick it back on. It's a bit hard to film, so I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, oil filter's back on. You may not ever see it again because that was unfun, particularly getting the seal in the top. A number of YouTube videos talk about lithium grease. I don't actually have any, and I don't have access to a shop with some today, but I can tell you we'll be getting it for the future. So, all right, we'll bang the plug back in, we'll put some oil in the top, and we might try and start this big fella. Officially, this tractor takes 6 litres of oil, and if I haven't mentioned it on the way through, I don't have any sponsors or anything like that. I just use what's best at the time. So all you armchair warriors out there, just take a breath and let's put some oil in the tractor. Righto everybody, I'm going to turn the water on and try and kick Trevor in the guts. We've got oil pressure, took 5 litres of oil, but it'll get a bit noisy because there's a lot of water lying around, and you'll see why shortly. Before I start it though, here's all the previous attempts at trying to get this thing going. G'day everybody. The question you all want to know is, how did I start it? Was it start, you bastard? No. Was it premium street starting fluid? No. Was it aero start? No. It was workshop degreaser, $2 a can, for the win. Hell yeah. close, but not quite. Okay everybody, there you go, there's Trevor in all his glory. Plenty of work to be done. Next I'm going to rip the radiator off, find a couple of new belts. I've got a new radiator in the shed that I didn't show you, and then I'll probably put that back on, start him up again and see if I get the temperature gauge to work. Thanks for watching. If you want to do the whole link and subscribe thing, go for it. If not, have a lovely day. Oh yeah, that's gross. That is proper gross. And you're lucky you can't smell it.